few other movies I want to talk about that I have seen recently. As first being The King of Staten Island. I don't know if you know Pete Davidson. He's this comedian who is famous for his appearances on Saturday Night Live, and made a name for himself when he was in a relationship with Ariana Grande, and got engaged to her, and then broke up all within the space of 6 months.
Yes.
Well, the King of Staten Island is loosely based on his life, as his father died in 9/11 when he was very, very young, and it's basically about him getting his life together and his mother meeting this firefighter who she starts dating when his father was previously a firefighter who died in some building fire that was not 9/11, and there's a lot of comedic stuff in it. It's obviously all set on Staten Island, and I thought it was fairly enjoyable. There's a lot to get out of it, I think.
It sounds too what's the word? Boring.
I'll say, like, when you initially hear about it, it does sound boring, because I went into it expecting it to be a wee bit boring, because it is a fairly long movie. It's over 2 hours long. I think over 2 hours and 20 minutes long, I think. And it's you would imagine it would be boring, but I was surprisingly entertained for the vast majority of it.
Is there action scenes in it?
It's mainly because the action scenes. No, it's not an action movie. It's basically a comedy. It's a dramedy. I'll say that much.
No, I'm okay. I'll leave it.
It's a funny movie with some nice drama in it.
I don't really care for them family movies.
No, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. But I'd say if you did watch it, you would definitely get a laugh out of some things in it. There are some very funny moments. Another movie I've seen recently is Spike Lee's latest movie called The Five Bloods, which is a movie that's on Netflix. It's about these veterans. It's set in present day and in Vietnam, and these veterans go back to Vietnam to find the body of their team leader who died leading this team in Vietnam. So they're going back to find his remains to bring them back home to his family, and also to find some gold that they buried. And it's basically just them traveling through Vietnam looking for gold and the remains, and going through some conflicts between them, because this is the first time they've met up in years, and they all have their own PTSD and struggles, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of interesting. And Spike Lee did something very interesting, because with flashbacks and all that, movies tend to cast people as younger versions of the ones we're seeing in present day, but they don't do that. They just have the old versions playing them younger selves, and they don't do any de-aging. They just simply to not bother casting any younger versions or not using any technology. They just put it in like a different screen ratio, and kept the actors to play them younger selves, even though they don't look young. It was a fairly unique and interesting thing to do. But although I did a review of it, and I gave it 3 stars, I thought it might be okay. I wouldn't watch it again though.
I mean, if you wanted to watch a movie that's about going back and trying to find what'd you say?
The remains of their previous friend or leader.
Okay.
Who led their squad in Vietnam.
Okay. So
buried.
If you want to watch something that's not as long as that, but it has the same concept, and it also has a few geniuses actually in it, go and watch Scorpion episode, like season 3, episode 15, I think. In it is the exact same thing. They're hired by Homeland, who then want them to go into like another country. I can't remember, or it's in Vietnam actually as well, to find remains of ex veterans that were never found, and they have to do it all before the Vietnam people build a city on this ground. So they have to go back, make sure that they can find remains. They come up with different like ways to kind of take photographs of like 30 meters down in the ground to be able to try and spot like human remains and stuff, so that they stop people actually building the city on it. Enough time to give them to dig up the remains and make sure it's them, and let everybody have a nice ending to or feeling like it's come to a close, that they now know what has happened to these people. Yeah, they all do it within an hour. and it's a bit
right.
and it's a bit more interesting.
And what's the name of it?
The TV show is called Scorpion. There's 4 seasons, and I'm really sad that I'm on the 4th because it finished in 2018.
All right.
It's
So
on.
did it get cancelled, or did it wrap up?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really look if it got cancelled or not, but like,
Because any show that got cancelled, I can't start watching it, because it's just like it might have ended on something that might have left room for more stuff, and I when I watch stuff, I need closure. So
I'm not too sure if it was cancelled. All I know is that it started in like 2015 or 2016, and there's 4 seasons.
well, I might look into that, but
It's on
I can say
Netflix.
the Five Bloods, I thought it was. It's a mildly interesting watch, but I can't say it's a movie. I can't say it's a must watch. If I'd say watch the trailers. If you like the trailers, give it a go. But otherwise, might as well leave it. And another movie I've seen. Yes, the Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga, with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams. They basically played these two yokes from Iceland who have pretty much dedicated 40 years of their lives to a dream of entering the Eurovision and winning it. And it's kind of a comedy with some musical elements in it. And I thought...
okay, that's enough. We don't care.
Yeah, Nathan doesn't like his musicals. It's not a traditional musical where people break out in song at random periods of time. Like it's sometimes funny, but it is mostly very cheesy. And I can't say it's a great movie, but I can't say I didn't enjoy it. Because there were bits and pieces I enjoyed, because the music in it is actually surprisingly catchy, and Will Ferrell is actually pretty good. The first time, Will Ferrell's the best he's been since the other guys.
See, when I think of Will Ferrell,
last good movie, it's Will Ferrell.
Yeah, whatever. I don't really care. He's not going to care either that I pronounced his name wrong, but I just think of wasn't he in not Dumb and Dumber? Was it Step Brothers? Yeah, and his terrible acting in that.
So, honestly, Step Brothers is probably in my opinion, one of the most overrated movies of all time. People say that's one of the greatest comedies ever made. I do not see the appeal to it at all.
Stop it, Step Bro.
Yeah, but like Will Ferrell's last good movie, I think, was The Other Guys that he did with Mark Wahlberg. Do you know that movie where fucking Samuel Jackson and The Rock, they're at the very start of it.
They fall off the building.
Super action heroes, and they jump off the building and just kill themselves for no reason. Like that is the last good movie he did, as far as I remember, because I don't remember him being in any other good movies recently. Like the last movie I seen, he was in this US version of Force Majeure.
Force Majeure.
It's Force Majeure. And yeah, it's not Majeure. It's not Majeure. It's Majeure. But yeah, he was in that. That wasn't a good movie either. But this, I'd say if you liked Eurovision, give it a go. But something that really irritated me is that Ireland have won the Eurovision the most times, and they don't even get mentioned once in the movie. There's no reference to them. Like the most they do is that they cast Pierce Brosnan as Will Ferrell's father, Icelandic father, and then they have Graham Norton in there, who's a commentator at the Eurovision contest.
No, I don't care about any of that. That is just ridiculous. I've seen that trailer, and because of that trailer, when I watch YouTube videos, I installed AdBlock.
Volcano Man.
I installed AdBlock. So I did. Yeah. So I don't care about that. I'm sorry.
If you don't watch the Eurovision, you'll probably not like it. But if you do,
who does? Who watches Eurovision? Like, who cares? Who can sing?
Today, not many.
Exactly. Who cares? Like, you know, like if you can sing, go make albums, go make music. Okay, I'll listen to you. I don't need to watch you sing. You know, to see who's the best in the country, or out of all the countries, or whatever.
So Nathan is clearly not somebody that likes to watch singing talent shows. So if you like singing talent shows, including the Eurovision, it's a movie you might like. If you don't like singing talent shows like The Voice,
just go to a gig.
Got Talent.
You'll you'll have spent your time way better than just sitting watching Eurovision. Just go to one of your favorite artist gigs. That's what I would recommend.
Well, they can't do that right now, Nathan. They can't do that right now.
No,
nobody can do that right now.
No, but I'm sure you can go play Warzone. You make better stuff with your time playing Warzone than you will go and watching that Eurovision shit.
Well, you can take that with a grain of salt coming from a man that's never watched a musical talent show or the Eurovision. So,
but I don't watch them because I have watched them and did not like them.
Years of intellectual abuse by what is like American Idol or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, American Idol was like the first big.
It's like holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
X Factor. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's on every fucking day.
Exactly, it's shite. It's absolute shit. Like, there's plenty of other ways to like become a big singer. Like, you definitely don't have to go on the X Factor and make an ass out of yourself.
Well, the X Factor isn't a thing anymore. Like it fell off the wagon a good few years ago.
It's still going.
It's still going, but fuck all people watch it now.
Yeah, now it's Britain's Got Talent.
Now Britain's Got Talent is like the big talent show.
Yeah, like I don't mind like Britain's Got Talent because it's not just about singing.
You get some clips of some fucking hilarious bullshit.
Yeah. I don't mind watching them, but then there is like some guys that like some magicians and stuff like that I don't mind watching either. Like, but I don't like when it comes to the singing, it's fuck off. Like, it's just saying generic shit. Come out with an album and post it on social media and do it that way. Come on.
If only it were that simple, Nathan. To go record an album. If only it were that simple.
Oh, you need a phone mic and you need a pen and paper. Is it that hard?
The studio.
What?
Well, as you know, Nathan, people aren't going to listen to a full album of phone recorded music, you know.
Oh, you do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I know that.
Yes.